Hello guys, it is Monday and I'm on my way to the hairdresser's with my grey roots. Yep, it's a quick one because people are looking at me like there's something wrong with me driving past me. I'll be back with nicer hair. Okay, so we're back. I'm not particularly happy today. Look at my roots. Now, granted, she wasn't happy either, but we're both completely confused. So, I might send Susie a message, but then again, that's really fucking rude. No, I'm not going back, so there's no point. Susie, if you're watching this, or if you're listening to this, switch it on and have a shift day at this. Right, so this is what my roots are like. Okay. She said she put on the normal one that she puts on my roots and she washed it off and it was like, oh my god, why is that so bright? And she said, are you changing anything you're putting on your hair? Have you started any medication? I'm like, no, other than eye drops. So she put something on it to darken it down and it didn't. And it doesn't look too bad until you look at it up close. And then she put something on it to darken it down again and it still didn't. And she did it again at the basin and it still didn't. And she's like, I have no idea what is going on. I can't let you go out like that. And I says, look, I says, it's getting to the point it's sore. I says, we'll just leave it. What the fuck has happened? Darren says she's very clearly put the wrong thing on the first time. But I'm like, well, surely the other would darken it down. But it wouldn't darken. It is a little bit darker than it. Believe it or not, it was worse than that. So Suze, if you're what, I was going to send you an individual message and then I thought that's really fucking rude. I don't pay you as my hairdresser to be fucking... I don't know what's happened. Every maybe 4 or 5 times I go, I get the foils put in to pull light parts out of my hair to brighten it. I deliberately held off on that and they're doing that next time before I go to Florida. So that's the 10th of August. So it's like just under 2 months. I never go every 8 weeks. I go every like 10 weeks or so. I'm outside Isaac's school. So my next appointment is a lot earlier than it would usually be. So hopefully she'll fucking do something about that. But what the fuck is going on really? I had to switch you off. There was classes were going in. There were kids coming out and going in. What the fuck? It's just gonna have to do because literally my head was too sore. I don't know how much of the fucking redness is. Look at the fucking... It's not... That's where my hair's greyest, but I mean you can see all of my roots are the same. All of it. What? How could this have happened? I have no idea. I'll do a bit of Googling later, but Suze, if you see this, if you're really the fucking wiser, see if you can tell me. I'm not, like, if that had happened just before we were due to go on holiday, I'd be really pissed off because it would mean it would be in every fucking photograph. It's not too bad when I'm not in the light, but the minute you put it in the light, I don't know what has happened. Next time she's doing the foils and lightening up the roots, so hopefully whatever the fuck she did this time will be, and our next client was sitting waiting and she's a woman with dementia, so I didn't want to cause any more fucking fuss, to be honest. And then she's got all her own stuff going on as well. She was meant to have a hip, basically she's had all this trouble with her hip for ages, and oh, some people have just got bad bones and she's been years trying to get this sorted. They done an MRI, it showed nothing. They went in, they did something else, found something. They were supposed to be going in to do something specific, which I can't remember. And discovered when they went in that it was basically the ball and socket joint of her hip was bone on bone. And whatever should be between wasn't. And they couldn't do anything with the main larger part of the femur that connects, but there's a bit to the side and below. And they shaved off quite a portion of that. But basically, long story short, she needs a hip replacement. So she's now having to jump through hoops to try and get that sorted, and it's going to take ages. And being self-employed, she's not, you know, she doesn't get sick pay. They're fucking her about. She's in pain, you know, so I'm not going to just make matters. She's sort of like back to do a few clients at the minute. Like she's taken a few days off a week and then she's in full-time some days, and today was one of her full-time days. So maybe she's put the wrong thing on. The root tip that she put on initially was maybe the wrong one. I'm not sure, but I don't know. Hopefully she'll sort it out next time before I go on holiday. I'm not one of these difficult customers that, you know, is going to kick off about something or nothing. I just hope it doesn't look as shit as I think it does. I don't know. I certainly am not going to be able to put my hair in a ponytail, put it that way. But yeah, nothing much else to tell you. I'm waiting for Isaac. I'm like way early. I got here almost an hour before he gets out, but there's nowhere for me to look in the shopping centre. The only clothes shop I ever look in is Primark. Primark is, you know, I can't afford to buy. I don't need any clothes. I wanted some, like a nice green t-shirt, but I've ordered a green top off Shein, so I got a Shein delivery today when I was out, so hopefully that's that. I want to put my little Kermit patch on. You know, I could put the Kermit patch on this, but I'm not going to be bringing this on holiday because it's a warmer top, so I just wanted a little green, bright green, this colour green t-shirt to put my Kermit patch on. So hopefully that'll be here today, and then I can get my Kermit and my Bert and Ernie patches on my clothes. Very mature of me, but there you go. What day is this? Monday. So tomorrow, Tuesday, I'm at my dad's. Wednesday, we pretty much have to pick up Isaac from school at the minute because I can't chance that other lad being there with mates and everything kicking off, because I don't think someone of that mentality is going to take the shame of having his nose busted and not try and do something in retaliation, personally. So we're kind of, because there's only 2 weeks to go until they break up for summer, we're trying to sort of be there if we can to pick him up. Thursday, there's something that my memory's just completely omitting at the minute, but I know there's something on Thursday. Friday is Metallica. So that'll be like an early start to try to get down, because I have no idea. None of us know anything about this stadium, and there's no parking anywhere near it. You have to like park somewhere else and then taxi, bus, whatever. I'm not going to the Sunday one. Father's Day is this Sunday. I'm not going to get to see my dad because they're going to be away all day with the car to Dublin. But I was going to like try and do something, but he's like, oh, we're talking about going to Rathlin Island on Sunday anyway. And I'm like, well, that would have been nice if I had have been planning to do something on Father's Day. Now, thankfully, we're busy, but him and my uncle, his brother, and another person, they're both pissheads. It's the same 2 people he's going on this holiday with in December, and I am shitting it that something happens. If he does anything in Rathlin Island, it's the place I went to see the Puffins, and there's nothing there other than a restaurant with a bar, which is probably where they'll spend the day. The Puffin place where you have to walk up, I can't even tell you the amount of steps, and my dad can't do steps, and these are concrete steps. If I get a fucking phone call on that Sunday that he's brained himself down some steps, Darren Isaac and Stephen are in Dublin. What am I supposed to do, you know? So let's hope. You know, I like to sort of be on standby when my dad's doing something, because he hasn't the fucking sense he was born with, and he can't go down steps, and those steps were even hard for me. So yeah, this week's well, it's not really a quiet one. It's out and in quite a bit to Isaac's. And what the fuck is going on Thursday that I can't remember? I know there's something because it's on the calendar. Nope, it's not. My calendar is pretty much almost full this week, and I can't bloody son remember. That's why I have to write stuff down. I cannot remember what the hell for the life of me it was I was meant to be doing. I switch you off as I'm literally at this point just talking to myself because I don't know what I'm saying. I shall switch you back on later in the week if there's any note to tell you. Right, I'm just going from East Galley to Primark while Isaac's in his lesson, so look at the state of the place around here. They spent millions here, literally, putting a new floor in and a new ceiling in. And I don't think people give a shit really what the floor looks like. These are only a tenner. Can you really ever have too many black skirts? Whites? No. I did used to have a white skirt. Very first date me and Darren went on, I was wearing all white, believe it or not. Don't know what size medium would equate to now. So they've got green ones and pink ones. Quite tempted by that pink actually. Just wondering, is it one of these skirts that looks really see-through? I don't know. Well, only one Isaac would like. Would really like that print. I don't know what it is though. Maybe look at the Youngblood hoodie when it's not 20 quid, when it comes down a bit. I'm in the gym department. I'm clearly in the wrong department, guys. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me. I'm in the gym department. Clearly in the wrong area, so I need to get out of there as quickly as possible. If you ever see me running, something's wrong. There's an emergency if I'm ever caught fucking running. No, I refuse to buy Darren in a fucking more t-shirt. Oh, bless you. Those little teddies. It's cute. It's not £6 cute though. Let's look at some of these dresses. Oh, they're all too high. I quite like this one. Oh, it's a bit tight, isn't it? Every lump and bump would be on show. And it's quite booby. Darren would like that dress. How much is it? 22. No, I wouldn't wear it enough to warrant spending 22 quid on it. What is it with these muted fucking colours? Can nobody do a bright colour? It's like, that's quite cute. Stacey Solomon. I don't know if that'll look stupid on me. I'm trying to, if it was a nice bright green and white gingham, I'd be more attracted to it, but everything's fucking beige. Why are they £2 though? I just happen to have got the disabled room in Primark changing room. Look at the size of this place. Good sturdy seat, lots of handrails, emergency cord, lowered down, big mirror, and that's another comfy seat that I should really not be putting stuff on. Yeah, very nice. I think I could have went to medium. Obviously I wouldn't wear it with this. Nice length. Weirdly, this is exactly the right size and it's also large. Yeah, I'm more comfy in black. I don't think I'll get the pink one. Material feels really cheap and nasty. I'm just trying to get more feminine dresses. I don't know. It's a bit big. It's a bit gapey, a bit... See what I mean? It's a bit... I could get away with a size down. What size did I pick up? This is a 14. This is a 14. It's a weird length. Nah, I think I'll leave this one. Maybe see my hair clearer in here. My lipstick's doing that thing where you can only see the outside again. So I'm back in the car, just been to Primark. So I tried on the pink skirt and the black one. I bought the black one, it was only a tenner. Pink one was 14 and I wasn't entirely convinced. The dress, I wanted things that were a little bit more feminine, but the material was horrible and I couldn't get my head around the fact it was a 14 and it was a bit big. It's like the sizing must be shit. So yeah, I just let that go too. I just bought the black skirt and I bought a candle that was half off and I bought a Minnie Mouse toy purely for Sophie, because when we're going to Orlando I can't afford to be bringing a load of souvenirs back and Sophie won't give a damn whether it's from Disney or not. It's a Minnie Mouse, it's a really nice toy, so I picked that up from Primark, so I've got something to give her when I come back. I like trying to get kids like a little thing, but I'm too skint this, so I asked my crash test dummies that the world hates apart from me. Going to see crash test dummies in, I think it's September, could be October, it's somewhere near the end of the year, so Darren's going with me. He'll probably hate every fucking minute of it, but anyway, I'm desperate for a drink and I was in the pound shop and I wasn't walking any further because I'm knackered at this point, I'm tired. So the only thing in the fridges was milkshakes. I'm like, oh fuck's sake, I just don't feel like a milkshake. And then when I'd finished and when I was walking out, the other side of the shop is like lined with fridges with all the fucking drinks in. It's like, oh, at that point I just had lost the will to live because there was such a big queue. How long have I got to wait? About 20 minutes on Isaac coming out. So this is strawberry cheesecake flavour milkshake. Now, it's cold, so that's something. I'm sat outside, let's see if you can you hear the drumming practice? No, I'm not going to open my window because the car's shut down, and if I open the car again it takes ages for it to close down again. I'm sat outside Isaac's music rooms and someone's in there having drum practice. They're poor parents. Oh, I remember. How's Dot getting on with drumming, Suze? Last time you mentioned that she'd just started drumming lessons and she'd had her first drumming lesson. So how's that going, you brave parent, you? Isaac started this thing about drumming, so I bought him, because Isaac goes through phases. He's already got 3 guitars, an acoustic, which he doesn't play anymore, and 2 electrics. And he started about drumming. I says, Isaac, I am not buying you a flipping drum kit. So I bought him one of these that actual drummers use. It's an electronic one, it's like plates, but it sounds really good. And a lot of people that drum, when they're on the road, when they're traveling about, they use it to practice with, you know, just to keep up, you know, so it is something used by actual drummers. So I got him that, and he used it for about, I'd say, a couple of months, then he lost interest. So it's a good job I didn't buy my fucking drum kit. I also bought these. I shouldn't. I see these things and I'm like, I haven't seen these before. I wonder what these are like. Swedish style candy. They're called, I'm gonna say that's glitchy, because over the A, that's an umlaut, which is actually a German thing, and it makes an A sound and it makes an O sound so glitchy, I think that's pronounced. We shall see what it's like. There's a young lad staring at me. It's one of these where you have to like rip the top instead of, I don't like that. I prefer when you can like, is that to make eat them all at once or what? Right, that looks like a little alien head. Sure, you don't need to be hearing me eating. That's weird. It's okay, it's not awful. But there is a bit of a, I don't know if it's chemical, fake taste of it. It's very clearly fake flavoured. I think that was meant to be banana. Let's try this. I think that's the same. Doesn't give any flavours. That's meant to be the skull. So let's see. I have no idea what it is, but it's very subtle. I think it's grape. It's actually quite nice. They're not bad. They're only £1. I shouldn't be let out into the shops. I buy shite I've no need of. Jesus. This is what would happen to my roots if I did them. This is why you normally go to a hairdresser. And I did. And I've come out with hair like this. Oh well. Right, this is the last one now. Town is a scary place right now. It's full of absolute arseholes. Aggressive, violent. There was a guy from our town. I don't know what his name is. I don't know him, but he's very recognisable because he's got, you know that Mike Tyson tattoo that comes around here? He's got that. He's very heavily tattooed, but he's got that as well. And Darren was reading I don't know if it was his kid or his partner's kid. He's been up for abuse of this kid, starting with starvation and violence and I don't know what else. I dread to think. But when you walk about town, there's so many guys that you look at and you just, sometimes you can just fucking tell. And I'm not saying because this guy had tattoos, don't get me wrong, I have tattoos. People I'm good friends with have tattoos. You just can tell by their general demeanour and how they speak to people and how they interact with people. Like there was a guy just got off the phone when I was going into the shopping centre, and he'd obviously just had words with someone, and he was being really aggressive. Someone's getting into the car behind me with 5 cake boxes. Absolute bastards. Oh, I hate you. What's in them cake boxes? We're outside Dougie's Goodies, which is it's such a nice bakery. Most people will only get birthday cakes from there. They make them for you. And they are so light and fluffy. They are amazing. I can't even say enough good things about them. But this street is really quiet, as in loads of businesses have closed down because of the rents, and just businesses can't afford it. So loads of the individual shops in the town have had to close. Some have reopened, like in shopping centres, and others, like this road, there's maybe the premises for 60 shops on it, both sides, and there are maybe 10 shops on the whole street. And most of the shops are empty. But Dougie's Goodies, when I sit here waiting for Isaac to come out of his computer lesson, it is a steady stream of people going in there collecting cakes. Just constant. And there's no other bugger down this road, apart from people driving in and out of town. Still got half of this fucking chew, and it's my brain's going, you eat it, eat it, eat it. What was I telling you? Yeah. He'd come off the phone with someone and he was spitting everywhere, and he was being like just this aggressive spitting. Sometimes you can just tell by a person's general demeanour. But I don't go into town very much. I'm not a shopping person. I don't enjoy it, funny enough. So I don't often see most of the people in town. Honestly. Gobshites, a lot of them. Right, I'll switch you off, because I'm sure you don't need to sit and watch me eat anything else. Yeah, I'll switch you on at some later date. Guess who's here again? Fucking engineers. Replacing an overflow boiler. Honestly, fucking scunnered. She's barking the whole time. Get down. Go on, down. Hello. So it's bedtime at like 9:30. I'm not joking. I am bored. The football is on TV all day, every day. I'm bored shitless. Darren was watching upstairs, but I've like all Assassin's Creed myself out. I've done so many days of it. I'm having another one of these. I did one of these before. It's a menopause test kit to see if it looks like you could be, and I'm waiting for it to cook. It looks like a pregnancy test to see what happens. I can't even remember what happened last time, but I don't think much of anything, to be honest. I'm just, at the minute, totally exhausted, worse than usual, worse than my normal like chronic fatigue and fibro, if that's at all possible. But I really wanted to start getting regular exercise in again when the warmer weather's coming in, to prepare me for going away as well. But I did it one day and I'm just absolutely bollocks. And you know, I've got lots of things I need to get done, and I'm just really struggling to get them done because I am so tired and sore. And obviously, like I said before, I feel like I'm on a permanent period at the minute as well, which isn't helpful. Right, so what is it? So positive if that one's darker, and negative if that one's darker. Okay, I don't even know. It looks like it's going to be negative. So I've got no excuse as to what's going on. What does this say? Positive result. The result is positive if this is darker. If the positive result is confirmed, you could be under menopausal process and you're advised to consult your gynecologist for a diagnosis. If the result is negative, this means the concentration of FSH. I don't know what that means. I'm sure you're not interested. Right, I'll not look for it. I am looking for it. You're probably not under menopausal process. Oh, they're almost exactly the same fucking colour. One's supposed to be darker, and that one may be slightly darker. That's the negative one. But they're very close. Yeah, I think the negative one is a bit stronger. So I'm not menopausal yet, guys. Ugh. Well, I knew I wasn't completely because I'm still having weird, can't even call it bleeding because it's not bleeding. So yeah, still not. So the little window on this side, if that's darker, which I would say that is, that's a negative result. But can you see how they're quite similar? If this line's darker than this line, it's negative. If this line's darker than this line, it's positive. And I would say the little window is definitely darker than the big window. Can you see the line? It's really hard to see. Yeah, I can see that pretty clearly. Right, we're not menopausal yet, but in saying that, last time I did this, there was no line in the other window, and this time there's definitely a line in that. Looks like a big X, actually. This time there's definitely something there. I don't know if you're actually seeing that. I can see it, but it doesn't look like it's showing up very well on there. But you can see the dark line now quite clearly on here, and a very faint one on this one. So that means I am producing some of them things, whatever they are, FSHs. Oh God. They never, follicle stimulating hormone, there you go. The menopause is caused by a modification of hormonal balance in women's body. This usually happens around 45, but true signs are observed around 55. Right, well, I'm right in the middle of those two ages. It's like, I'm still on the pill as well, and it's like, is there any fucking point, you know what I mean? Can you imagine getting pregnant at like 50? That scares the life out of me. So my granny, my dad's mum, got pregnant with my youngest uncle when she was 48. So absolutely not. That's not going to happen. Yeah. Don't think I've anything of any interest really to tell you. I just thought I'd do that and see what's happening. So we're not quite menopausal yet. We're still perimenopausal. As soon as I knew that. Well, what is interesting is last time I did that test, where you see Isaac will see that and think it's a pregnancy test and panic. Because he found old pregnancy tests of mine before, and he's like, why is there a pregnancy test in the bin or in the drawer? Why have you got that? And I'm like, it's got all the pregnancy tests that I took when I was pregnant with you, because I've kept them all. Yes, I have. Oh, right. I think he was panicking at the thought that I would be doing a pregnancy test. I have done pregnancy tests in the last few years, I will be perfectly honest. Not in quite a while, not in a few years, well, not in a couple of years, but oh no, if that happened, it would be a fucking disaster. But yeah, we're perimenopausal, but not quite menopausal yet, so there we go. I don't know if I told you, I just went to try and sort out parking. We're going to Metallica on Friday. 50 quid it's cost me. 50 euro, 52 euro for one day. They haven't booked for the Sunday because they're going to try and get parked at a hotel car park. They've no chance. He refuses to pay for the Sunday park, and I'm like, I'm not paying for both days. That's 52 euro that's cost me. So yeah, and it's a 35-minute walk from the car park to the venue, which, okay, I can take my time and stuff, but it's the coming out and going back to the car when you've been sitting in an uncomfortable seat all that time, driving a long distance and then coming out to drive all the way back. But yeah, I'll check in with you guys at some point later this week. That is the face of someone that doesn't like to do exercise in the heat. I have washed, I have de-sweated my face. I'm going to play some Assassin's Creed now. I did my rock fit and I'm bollocksed and my face is like a beetroot. I've just put some moisturiser on, but I'm sweating through it. Jesus Christ. It's too warm to be doing exercises. I've even got a fan, you can see it over there, that I blow at me the whole time. The 2 living room windows are open, the door's open. Darren's just gone to pick Isaac up from school. He had a school trip to a lake today, and literally the only free time I had was an hour. The class is about 45 minutes, maybe slightly over. I had to get changed, I have to do the class, I have to get washed and changed back. And the 2 of them still managed to text me about 10 times. Isaac, can a friend come to our house from school and then you can leave him back later? He lives in Antrim, which is like 30 miles away. And that's the notice I'm getting. And then Darren's text me, Isaac says that he sent you a message. Can you read it and get back to him? What the fuck, can you not just ask him? So I didn't get the message until I was having a wash after doing the class. And it's like, really? Darren said no, because he's watching football tonight. England are playing. And I was just, my fibro's shit. I've done rock fit anyway. I need to get back to it. But I'm saying if I start doing exercise, maybe it'll help a bit. But apparently Isaac's not impressed because we've said no. It can be not impressed because fuck that. I am just absolutely fucking bollocks. Yeah. Imagine asking you, can someone come back to your house literally as they're getting out of school and we can drop them back tonight 30 miles away? That's your notice? No. Fucking made of money charging this fucking car. Right, I'll go. I just thought you'd enjoy my red face. I'll check in later. Hello. It is, I swear every time I look in this thing I look older. It doesn't do you the world of good vlog and having to look at your face. It's almost as bad as being at the hairdressers, but nothing's... It's like, do the hairdressers have like mirrors that just make you look shit. Oh, see this thing here, this jowl thing, every time I'm at the hairdressers, I think it's when you like have a far away image of yourself and I'm just looking at it thinking, oh my god, I look so old. You don't realise how old you look until you see people that are the same age as you. And it's like, unless, you know, we all look remarkably young for our age. Now, okay, I'm going to say I don't think I look 50. But, I mean, when you see people you went to school with, it's like, oh, shit.
I don't look 50 either.
That's, you're not 50 though.
That's just a minor detail.
53. So we are just heading up to Antrim to see Toy Story 5. I care not a jot if we're the only adults in the cinema. I want to see it. The reason we're going up to Antrim, Isaac has gone home with one of his mates from school, Oliver. I don't know what it is. Every single person that Isaac knows from school is loaded, so well, their parents are. Or maybe not loaded, but have such gorgeous houses, you know, really, really big houses where they can have sleepovers and they're not in people's way. And
if we'd have still been in Meadowbank, we'd have been insane.
Yeah, well, still though, like we were renting.
Yeah.
The reason we moved out to this area, which is like a little village, which only tends to have people that were brought up here and are from here. Coincidentally, my dad's mum was from here, but I didn't know that when I moved here. So I do have a link to the place that I was completely unaware of. But the first place we moved into, Meadowbank out here, was stunning. And the rent was like, was it like 500 quid a month or something?
Right, when we first moved in, it was 440, I think, something like
right,
that.
We'll say about 450.
Yeah.
Did it have 4 bedrooms?
4 bedroom, fully detached garage, gardens front and back, and a driveway on a private road.
It was a stunning house.
And a huge attic.
And they wanted to pass it on to family, so...
Kitchen, diner, living room.
This was the reason, like, we took the house we're in now. You know, it's in a nice quiet area. It's got really nice views out the back and stuff, don't get me wrong, but every house we had, because it was privately rented, they could ask you to move at any point, and there was never that security. So we took the one we've got because it's housing association, so we'll have it as long as just hopefully I can get through this green light here.
And the rent is a hell of a lot less than your standard rent.
Yeah, the rent for the house next door to us is almost £800 a month. Our rent is just over 5, I think, about 550. Because it's controlled rent, because it's like, the thing is, and I'm sure loads of you watching that have bought your own houses, I know my friend Kelly always says it's like a money box. Anytime you want to do something, the house needs something doing to it. And this is, I haven't decided, I've just been thinking about it, and we're passing, if you've been watching me, you've seen our first house. When eventually that I get my parents' or my mum's house, obviously I can't stay where I am. I have to either take the house, because if you receive benefits of any description, you're not entitled to be, you know, to have a house that you're not living in, kind of thing, which is fair enough. But there is so much that needs doing to that house. It needs, just to go through, it needs the whole heating system redone, because the heating system's almost 50 years old. It needs decorating top to bottom, and that's not because of taste, that's because it hasn't been done in decades and it's a mess. It needs carpeting top to bottom. It needs a new kitchen. It needs what's the thing? The like tiling in the downstairs bathroom is like all the grouting's yellow from where everyone used to smoke. The ceilings are yellow. The house just needs completely to make it habitable for a person that's not bothered about. Obviously my mum couldn't be bothered about how it looked because she could only sit in one area and she couldn't see most of the rest of the house. My granda was so fastidious about cleanliness, and it was decorated really regular. My dad's not remotely arsed, he's just left it to do whatever around him. So I would say, I don't know how much a new heating system's going to be, but I would decorate it and carpet it is going to be the guts of about, and put a new kitchen in. You're looking at 10 to 15 grand, about 15 grand. And I don't know if there'll be any money left from the money by the time my dad's finished with it. No idea. So it's like, do I move into the house and then hope to be able to do all this stuff, or do I sell the house and try and get another house somewhere else for the same price? But then when I looked at England, because I've even been looking at, you know, those outside of York. I love York. The reason I say York is I love York. There's like, for want of a better word, static homes, and you can get those for about the same price as what my dad's house would sell for. But my brain's going, water rates, council tax of £200 a month, so, or like overheads would go up massively. So I don't know, hopefully it's a long time away and I don't have to even think about it. 2 magpies, yay. But it's just, there's so much that needs doing, and there's, where we're at, we've got a garage, a big garage. My dad's doesn't have a garage, and it's got a tiny little shed. I don't know what sort of room's in the roof space. Darren's gonna have to fucking either move out or cut his shit down, because if we have to move into that house, we're not gonna fit in with the amount of stuff we've got, and it's not my stuff, let's say. Because I'm one of these people that doesn't tend to hold sentimentality to stuff unless it's something of Isaac's. But I can get rid of pretty much anything without a second thought. But Darren's a hoarder. He has to hold on to anything just in case. Like when he buys a pair of new shoes or something, I'll keep the old ones just in case, because they'll do for gardening.
They come in as well.
Multiple pairs just in case for gardening.
I've gone through 3 pairs this year, gardening, big bin.
Oh dear me. So it's like, what do you do? It's like, we'd be moving into a place that, okay, the bedrooms are bigger. I hate the shape of the living room because it's really long and skinny. But the storage is so much less. But there's so much that would need doing, like the cupboard under the stairs, the larder, the glory hole, yes. Or the cubby hole is my next door neighbour. My dad's neighbour, what's her face? Done a video saying that someone was able to send her address, and she's really angry that someone basically has worked out where she lives.
Oh, the vlogger.
Yeah,
she's got to be careful.
So everybody's going, oh, it's obviously one of your neighbours. I felt like saying, well, actually, my dad's your neighbour, and it certainly isn't him. He doesn't even know who you are. Like, everybody right away, oh, it's your neighbours, it's your neighbours. Like, people give a shit. It's like, she's got a big posh car that's parked in the driveway that nobody... The area that my dad lives in, that this woman lives next door to, is a ex-council estate. It's still a council estate, but most of the houses in it have been purchased back in the 80s, you know, when that Thatcher's right to buy thing. So very few of those houses are still housing executive. The one she's in is. She rents via the housing executive. And in that area, there are not a lot of people with much money, but because she has just sort of made it big with comedy on YouTube or TikTok or Facebook or whatever she's doing on, she's come into a lot of money all of a sudden, and she's like got this big flash. Well, I showed you it one day with the big pink things that cost $2,000. And she's wondering how people know where she lives, because she drives about in this big fucking thing that's parked in the driveway. Someone will have seen it.
Pink disc brakes on it and stand out like a sore thumb.
But anyway, there's just so much that needs doing in that house, and my dad has no impetus or interest in doing any of it. He's just not interested. I don't know how many times I've mentioned about getting someone in about the heating. He won't even, like, he said to me the other day when I went to wash something, oh, there's no warm water. I haven't had it on in 3 days. I says, why don't you put it on half an hour a day to at least warm the water for yourself? And he just shrugged at me. He's just not interested. He won't even put on the heat in to heat the fucking water. So it doesn't have warm water. It's just, you know, when you get to the stage, it's like Becky said, my friend said, sometimes you just have to, not the expression wash your hands, she didn't say that. She she said sometimes you just have to leave them to it, because it's like he said, he's an adult, he can make his own decisions, and no amount of you nagging or worrying or stressing is going to change his actions. You have to just leave him to it, because she says Kerry's mum's exactly the same. She does her fucking head in, but no amount of any interference by Kerry makes any difference. So there's no point, you know, people maybe think that's awful.
Well,
But
your dad has said that if for the heating changing, you can go ahead and arrange it whenever you want. And I don't mind doing all the room measurements and getting the quotes in.
well, we'll see at some point. But I would like as much as is possible done
So do
before
your
we
dad go
move
anyway?
in.
Get that bloody system.
He still wouldn't fucking use it.
I bet he bloody will when he finds out how cheap it is to run to what he's doing in a minute. Jesus Christ, it'll be a quarter price of running it. Costs him a fortune with that bloody thing burning oil.
Oh dear. Right, I'll switch you off because there's nothing really. I'll let you know what Toy Story is like. I will
Spoilers as well.
obviously be doing a review for the other channel. My throat is just suddenly got really sore. I've got a weird hay fever that only ever comes out when people have been cutting grass. When I'm in the car going past all the
It's
fields,
maybe a certain type of field that we're passing that triggers you.
it's kicked my throat off.
Yeah,
So-
watch out, police car. Don't look
In
guilty.
the area of my speeding as well.
Yeah, it's after you.
Yeah, so I just gone to anyway.
Orange
I
is
was
the new black.
talking about people with well, hopefully what's her? No, she's not nice anymore now. That girl that was in Laura Prepon, really tall, long dark hair. She was the girlfriend of the main character in Orange is the New Black. I always thought she was absolutely stunningly
But Jill,
gorgeous.
you do realise when you go to prison, she's an actress and she's not actually going to be there.
Well, I'm not going to prison.
Yeah, you'll be going to prison. You're bad.
What with speeding and downloading illegal films.
Yep, bad. And poking your finger in chocolate pies.
Look, that was an accident. Oh, my throat was really hurt.
Sign of guilt.
So anyway, Isaac's going to this friend's house that he's never been to before. Both his parents are in the police, and his house is absolutely massive and
That was quite a
stunning.
tangent, was that? Because we've gone back
No,
to
we
where
went
started
back to
from.
it, yeah. I learned that from Billy Connolly. I eventually get back there, eventually. So it's like, it's almost embarrassing for people to come to our house because it's such a wee pokey house and the rooms are tiny. And when he's going to his mates' houses, they're all like these lovely big houses with gorgeous gardens and, you know, manicured lawns and big, you know, loads of room. And it's like, why does everybody have to have so much money and I have to fuck all? It's not fair. Tomorrow we'll be heading down to Metallica. I don't know if I told you it cost me 50 fucking... I probably did because I probably complained about it multiple times. 50 quid, it cost me €52 for the parking for one day. Don't know what they're going to do on the Sunday, but yeah, I'll do a separate vlog on the Metallica thing because it'll make this week's way too long. I hate that. I hate it.
It's like, is it coming across? Is it coming across?
Yeah, it's just the way the road feeds in. I'm on the inside lane and someone's come out from the side into the outside lane, but you don't know if they're going to come all the way across. So yeah, we'll be setting off about midday. It's a 3-hour drive and we need to stop to charge the car on the way. The parking's booked from 4 o'clock. It's about a 35-minute walk and the doors open at 5. So by the time we get parked and out of the car park and work out where the hell we're going, we should be arriving round about when the doors open. Thankfully, people aren't allowed to like do a massive big queue beforehand. I don't know how they get around that, but the first band's on at 6. So, and I think it's over at 11. Jesus, that's long. 5 hours. How many bands are playing? I'm expecting 3.
I think it's 3. Well, Metallica will do about 2.5 hours with Metallica. Then the switchovers in between. Pantera will be on an hour. So that's
I have
3.5
no
hours.
interest in seeing Pantera. Absolutely none.
Oh, no, like a couple of
I would
times.
have preferred to see Gojira, but I know if I said, right, I'll go on the Sunday, Stephen can go on the Friday. If I were to make that decision, the Sunday would end up getting cancelled because someone had an accident or something. So I'm like, no, I'm going to that first gig because I'm not having it. obviously when I go to the first gig, nothing will happen to the second one, but my luck just works like that. Right, anyway, I'll switch you off. You'll probably see me in tomorrow for the gig. Like I say, I will do a separate one. So, what the hell is happening with that car?
Back of it.
Well, but the whole side's peeled out. I don't know. So, right, I shall speak to you later. I've been attacked by seagulls. Have you ever seen a cuter seagull in all your life? Look at them. They came down when we were eating a Burger King, so I gave them some burger and they got excited and they're on the roof and everything. They're everywhere. You're not going to give them a chip?
I've given them all chips.
There's nothing left.
They've had everything.
Oh, bless it. Look at them.
There's a whole wreck of them down here on the floor. Quack, quack, chicken.
How am I supposed to drive off now?
Go bugger off. This honk.
On the bed.
So the boys are away to Dublin Sunday morning. Look at the weather. That's what they're getting compared to what I got on Friday. Sun splitting the stones, really warm. I'm stuck in the house all day, no car. And that's the day they have. Fuckers, honestly. Hello guys, much later in the day, about 3:30. Still lovely, birdies out, enjoying their feeder. Happy days. So I'll show you what I've been doing today once I got Darren out. So I've tidied the wardrobe. That's the hanging stuff. That's Darren's hanging stuff. And I've just remembered I have to do my pyjamas. So these are Darren's white band shirts. Some music ones. Some more music ones. I've given him more of the boxes and I've got rid of a load of my own. More music ones. Movie and TV. Cartoon. Muppets or Disney. I've given him my Bert and Ernie that no longer fits me. Horror. More horror. Yes, they are all Rolling Stones shirts. Bradford shirts. Various that don't sort of go into any category. Star Wars. I have to write Star Wars on there. Right, now we start mine. That's my film shirts. Okay, hand sanitizer. That's film and TV. Backyard Babies. Music. Horror. Other. And some cartoon, and that's mine. I've got, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 of these, and obviously you can see they're not massively filled. Like say that one is, that was higher. I had to give him an extra one. I've got 6. Darren has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Darren has 13. I have 6. So, oh, actually, I'm not counting Darren's shorts and combats, Darren's jeans, more of Darren's jeans, more of Darren's jeans, Darren's pyjama tops, Darren's pyjamas. Fuck, I've never known a man with so many fucking clothes in all my life. That's my pyjama top, discarded because I'm just in a bra. You do not need to see that, I'm boiling. So that's that for now, at least that's tidied.